So guys, welcome to Green Light. My name is Giancarlo, and apparently we're reviewing an Audi. I thought it was a Lamborghini, but it's pretty much the same car, but we're gonna look at the exterior and interior features of this car, the engine, and we're gonna take it out for a drive to see just how fast it is. So let's get into it. So the back of this car looks really great. You actually get a lot of carbon fiber over here because this does have the carbon package. And you have also a black optics package that's gonna black out your logos in the front and in the back, and you're gonna have some blackouts around the windows on the side, but we'll get into that. And then you have this beautiful light that runs across. It kind of comes from the A7, and you get that nice light motion that dances around when you open the car. You get the same thing in an RS6, and then you have a nice spoiler over here that makes it look nice and sporty. I like how it has like two fins on the side. And a lot of fake vents. So this is fake over here on the sides, on both sides. And then pretty much all of this is fake, and it's just one big piece of plastic. So if you push on it, you'll see the whole thing move, which I really don't like. Besides that, you have a nice diffuser, some more carbon fiber over here. And your usual RS tips, they're absolutely huge. And like usual, you have two exhaust pipes that are going into it, and you have your big oval exhaust pipe around. Now, on the side of the vehicle over here, you have some crazy 23-inch mags. These are an option, but they're huge and they're absolutely beautiful. I would have preferred if they were all black. It would have looked really nice with this white color body paint, but this is still a very nice mag. You have your wheel arches in body color, some nice doors, and guys, frameless doors. So these are some nice frameless doors over here. It looks super cool, especially for an SUV. We love that. And I love that the bottom over here is body color. There's not a lot of plastic around the vehicle, and it makes it look luxurious. And for the price you're paying, I really like that. And over here you have some carbon fiber on your mirror caps, which once again looks really nice, but that's with your carbon fiber package. And like I was saying before, the black optics package that's gonna black out your logos also blacks out all of this. So it looks nice with the white. In the front of the vehicle, you have these nice lights with that dancey design once again over here when you open them. You have some more fakery over here. So this is not a vent or anything. It's just a cut in the design. It looks kind of good. And you have more carbon fiber all around. Now your hood over here has a little lift in the middle, so it comes up and it looks really aggressive. And then your grille is pretty much the same as the RS6. The bottom is fake, but the top part is pretty good. And you have your honeycomb pattern over here, your RSQ8 badge, and your two llama bumps, which is what I like to call it. It's the same as the RS6, and you have all of your sensors from the vehicle in these two bumps over here. But now let's go inside the vehicle and see what it looks like. So the inside of the vehicle is pretty much the same as an RS6. Honestly, there's not really any difference besides one that I've seen, which I'll show you guys in a second. But you have these nice, beautiful RS seats with honeycomb stitching over here. Great materials all around. You do have the carbon fiber package inside as well, which is matte instead of glossy. And I think it looks really, really nice. And then your steering wheel, perforated leather with your RS badge over here. Your shifters are not full aluminum. There's a bit of piano black on it or plastic, but they still feel really good. And now the screens are exactly the same as the RS6. Now, I'm not gonna go in depth in this. I did that more in my video review about the RS6. So if you guys wanna click on this link over here, you guys go check that out and check out the infotainment a bit more. But all in all, it looks really nice. Very similar to the other new Audi vehicles. You have your climate controls in the bottom, and then all of your infotainment over here. Works really well. And then your digital cockpit, same thing, guys. Go check out that video about the RS6. I'm showing you everything about it. So in the back of this vehicle, you actually get a lot of comfort. You have these beautiful RS seats with your RS logo over here and honeycomb stitching. And it's important to say that these 4 seats are not only heated, but they have cooling inside of them, and you can actually control that from the back as well for your back seats. So you have all of this over here, and people can put their heated seats or cooled seats in the back and control everything over here. You have 4-way climate control, so the people in the back can choose their settings and be comfortable. You also have 2 more USB-C ports over here and a 12-volt charger. which is good, so the people in the back can charge their phone and be okay for long journeys. Now over here you have something unusual. Also, I have to note, more carbon fiber over here. Looks great, and some nice ambient lighting, but you have the smoker's package in this vehicle as an option, but right next to it you have your window buttons. And instead of having one like you would usually have in the back, you have two. The reason for that is that not only does it, work your window, but if you press it again, it brings this up. Just by pressing this button easily, it's going to bring it up and down. It's very cool. It's very luxurious. But the thing I don't like is that if you put this window down, it stops here. Why do they do that? Audi? Why? Obviously, the best part about this car is the engine. Oh God. Guys, they did it again. It's covered in plastic. You can't see it, Audi. Why do they always do this to us? But basically, guys, under this, you have a twin turbo 4-liter V8. Can't see it. Just like in the RS6, just like the Audi R8, there's plastic everywhere. Audi, they always do this to us. But this is supposed to output 590 horsepower and 591 pound-feet of torque. Audi says this goes 0 to 100 in 3.7 seconds. I don't know if I should believe that. We're gonna test it out. I can't really trust Audi at this point. I can't even trust that there's a V8 under this. I can't even see it, but we're gonna go check it out. So if you want to just be driving this car around the city, it's honestly very easy to do so. It's a comfortable SUV. You have your air suspension and you actually have 4-wheel steering, which means that if you're driving at low speeds, you want to do a U-turn or you're turning into something tight, the wheels in the back are actually going to turn in the opposite direction as the wheels in the front to give you a better turning angle, which makes the vehicle feel a lot smaller than it actually is. And it's extremely comfortable for that reason. You have your air suspension, the seats are really nice. You have these nice bucket seats that fit you properly. The steering wheel is nice, and it's honestly a really good family vehicle. But just like the RS6, what's fun about this is if you want to put it in dynamic and shift down a bit, you can really push it. It's actually a very, very good vehicle because of that, because it's very comfortable for everyday use. It's really good to just drive around with your family, and it actually has more space than the RS6, which is why I think I would prefer having this. I also prefer being higher up on the ground compared to the RS6. Don't get me wrong, I love the RS6. It's a beautiful vehicle and it's perfect just as well as this is, but I honestly just prefer being higher up and having that extra space. You get great visibility in this car. It's very easy to put a lot of stuff in the back and have a lot of space for your kids or your friends in the back seats. It's really comfortable. So now guys, it's time to test that 0 to 60 and see if Audi's lying to us or if this is in fact going 0 to 100 in 3.7 seconds. So let's test it out. You can do it right here on the vehicle through your RS modes. Let's get this ready. 1 foot on the brake, 1 foot on the gas, launch mode. I did a 3.9 on that one. Not really proud, but I was shifting manual. I just realized as I was doing that. So I'm actually gonna redo it because honestly, if you want the best 0 to 100, I'm not Charles Leclerc. I don't have the best shifting in the industry. So we're gonna do that again and I'm gonna let the car do the work. So let's check it out right now. Yeah, it's definitely faster. So I did 3.8, guys. It's not 3.7, but you know what? It's very cold outside and we're 2 people in the vehicle and our cameraman is heavier than me, so I'm gonna blame it on him. And I'm gonna guess that's why. But Audi, I'm surprised. I was really expecting a 3.6, 3.7 time on this. It might be my fault, but a bit surprised. It's still incredibly fast for the weight of this vehicle. And it's still pretty good. And honestly, this has a sports exhaust on it and I think it sounds great. The RS6 was really missing that. This is actually pretty loud and you get some pops and bangs. Yeah, this is nice. This is nice sounding, man. Definitely doesn't sound as good as the Lamborghini Urus, but... And the brakes are amazing. You get 10 piston brakes on this. It brakes really, really well. You can have an option to get carbon ceramics, but honestly, I don't really think you need it unless you're really planning on taking this around a track. It turns really well. You would never know this is an SUV. It actually has really great stability control. There's an option in this that it will stabilize the car electronically through the suspension so that when you're turning, you don't get too much roll in the corners. This is really good. It really pulls. And it does the thing like in the RS6 when you accelerate, the front lifts. Very cool, very, very cool. This is definitely a very good family car, if you want to call it that. And you know, you can easily just put it back into comfort and you're fine. And what this has that the RS6 didn't have is you actually have off-road settings. So you can check your off-road settings and your tilt and other things, which is really cool. And honestly, it's a very good all-around vehicle. If I think I would even get this over a Urus because it's just as fast, if not faster. And it's actually in the way that this puts the power down because it actually has less horsepower than the Urus. It's a bit lighter, to be honest, but it definitely puts its power down really, really well, which makes it that much faster. It's much faster around the Nürburgring. Well, much faster. We're talking about seconds, but for cars, it's a big number. And it's honestly very good all around. It's a bit more low-key, and honestly, it kind of looks like a Urus anyways, and you get a lot less, you have to pay a lot less for it. This one is going for around 170. You know, a Urus used in this market today is still going around $320,000. So you're almost at half price for a vehicle that's just as good. And it's honestly really, really, really comfortable. Same infotainment. I really like this car a lot.